dixie.edu. All right, so we can kind of see this is just kind of a visual graphic. Slowly getting there. You can see that this is the hierarchy. So in the middle, we have those root servers, and when and I'll do it in the terminal here in just a second. There's a bunch of root servers. There's no, you can't just have one root server. We're overwhelmed with all our DNS traffic. So there's a bunch of root servers. So what happened with our DNS request is we went and we saw, okay, there's a bunch of root servers. We're going to choose this root server. We're going to ask them who dixie.edu is. They say, I don't know, go ask the edu servers. So the edu servers also are a collection of servers, because once again, we don't want to overwhelm any one authoritative server for the .edu top level domain. But our particular DNS request chose one of these name servers and asked it who dixie.edu was. There should be, oh yeah, so for dixie.edu we actually have two name servers, ns1.dixie.edu, ns2. We chose to ask ns2, and ns2 said, it delegated part of the Dixie edu domain to CS, or a subdomain, cs.dixie.edu, for which we also have two name servers configured, and we chose to ask ns1.cs.dixie.edu, and it is authoritative for the cs.dixie.edu domain. So, should we try anyone else's? There's a lot of interesting information there. Let's try one of yours that you guys bought. Someone tell me one of their domains they bought. Let's see who the authoritative DNS server for that domain is. WLLOYD.com. That's too long for me to type. So now this is a depiction of how we would traverse that DNS hierarchy. It's not necessarily give us information on the registrar, although it could. So at the very top, we went and asked the root servers who's authoritative for this. They said to go ask the .com servers. The .com server said go ask, how does it say it? Oh, go ask michaelwlloyd.com, and they say right now that domain is being managed by NS1, NSCloud, GoogleDomains.com. Is that where you purchased it, Google Domains? Okay, so Google Domains is, these are the authoritative name servers for this domain right now. For our class, these will not be the authoritative name servers after next week. We are going to configure our own name servers and make them authoritative for the domains you purchased. So no longer will we have Google Domains or GoDaddy or whoever it is. Any questions yet? Let me do one more example. All right. Okay, so the first, this command, I don't know if you, did you use the dig command at all in IT-3100? Yes, okay. So you've seen it before. We're gonna use it on a lot more, well, depth. I don't know, we're gonna use it a lot more often. You're gonna be expected to use it a lot more often this semester to test your name servers. Dig is like domain information utility. I think it's actually domain information groper is what it used to stand for. But anyway, looks for DNS information. So if we do the dig command just by itself, just say dig. It gives me back a list of my root servers, root name servers. Well, anyway, because let's just say all nodes now know how to get to the names, to the root servers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that simulation that I just did for cs.dixie.edu, but we'll do it in a terminal. So I'm going to say dig. I have these name servers. I'm just going to arbitrarily choose one of these name servers to ask information about cs.dixie.edu. So you go dig at And I'm going to see if it knows cs.dixie.edu. Yeah, let's do that. So this is, I'm just going to show that command again. We're going to have to learn this, you're going to have to know this command syntax to do well on your DNS portion, because you're going to want to do some testing of your own name servers. So if you don't quite get it right now, that's okay. I'm going to be doing a lot of dig tests. But the basic syntax of the command is dig, the name server you want to ask, oops, the name server you want to ask, and what you want to ask them for. So you have to have that @ sign. @ sign specifies the name server you're going to ask. Okay, so I go ask root servers, what are they supposed to tell me? What are they supposed to give me? According to our sample a few minutes ago. They're supposed to tell me, I don't know, go ask the top level domain servers. So they gave me back a bunch of top level domain servers I can go ask. Well, I'll just choose one of them. And I can choose it by IP address, or I can choose it by domain name. So I'm going to ask this name server. Do you know who cs.dixie.edu is? What do I expect it to tell me based on our earlier demonstration?
Go ask Dixie.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. Go ask the Dixie names. I said, he knows how to get to the Dixie name servers, so go ask them. All right, and so I went and asked them, and they said, you know, you can go ask, or ns1.dixie.edu. What else do I see here? Oh, let's go ask him. Let me go ask him. At ns1.dixie.edu. Nope. He says, I don't know. Serve fail. Why did he do that? I wonder if. Let's try that again. Oops. Oh, it's not good. I'm puzzled at this point. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so I asked the other name server. I remember I'm going down here. I asked the root, then I asked the top level domain, then I asked Dixie's name servers, and he's saying, I don't know, go ahead and ask the CS name servers. So these are the CS name servers. 192.2. Oh, you guys use those, right? On your hosts. You set these as your lookup servers. Let's see, so I'm finally going to ask them 144.38. Oh. So who is cs.dixie.edu? They actually we have an actual entry for cs.dixie.edu that maps to a particular IP address. And I think this indicates that, let's see what it was. Yeah, so these are the authoritative name servers for cs.dixie.edu. And so we traverse that in the web browser GUI that I just showed you, an example. We also traverse using the dig command. I simulated what a DNS request would look like. All this would happen behind the scenes. So our client would go contact our lookup server, and our lookup server, if it's in the cache, it'll just send me back the IP address of cs.dixie.edu. If it's not in the cache, then it'll go traverse that whole hierarchy until it came back with a result or not. But that's the general idea. Seems like I was going to say something else there, but questions? Here's my other domain. Let's start at the root again. Dig. And I'm going to ask any one of those guys if they have information for my domain that I bought through Google Domains. Dig at, ask that name server, thegummybear.com. So he says, I don't know, go ask one of these guys. Okay, I'll just choose one of these guys. Dig at this for thegummybear.com. And he says, I don't know, but you can go ask these guys, and these are my actual name servers, which I actually don't know if I turned these on yet this semester, but we'll see. Dig at this, gummybear.com. Oh, I did turn it on.